Yo, what up guys, Felix from Giant Lifestyle. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're standing up with Jeff again, the phone flipping guy I brought on my channel last time. A lot of you guys seem to be interested in the phone flipping business because I didn't even know how lucrative it was. By the way, we are in Medellin, Colombia. The view is incredible. Jeff is right here. We're gonna turn the camera around. I have about 6, 7, maybe 8 questions. We're gonna be learning more in depth about this business. So if you guys are interested in how to do it, you can book a call to speak with him down in the description below. And then also you could do more due diligence about the business to learn if it's a good fit for you. So let's turn the camera around and let's meet Jeff once again. All right, so Jeff, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Yeah, so as you guys know, I'm Jeff, and I actively flip iPhones full-time in Miami, Florida. I'm going to be talking a little bit how I go ahead and still manage to flip iPhones while I'm away from home in another country, of course.
Perfect. So for anybody that doesn't know, even though we know that the phone flipping business is about iPhones, what does the business exactly entail in a 1 to 2 minute explanation? How does it work? What do you have to do? How do you make money? Explain the process for us.
Yeah, so pretty much my method is pretty much having people reach out to you rather than you reach out to them. There's a lot of people on YouTube that offer up as a way to source phones and get phones, but we don't do that. We don't look for people, and we don't nag them and lowball them and upset them. What we do in the contrary is have people come to us who already want to sell their phones, so they're already motivated. They probably already need money for bills, food, whatever, So they're already hitting us up because they will take whatever, essentially. I mean, not whatever, but a good amount. And whether they're financed, locked, cracked, bad ESN, unlocked, we're doing it all. We're showing how we can go ahead and buy them and resell them.
So you basically put out advertisements. People call those advertisements, and you basically know what you're going to resell them for. You buy them and then you flip them. Am I right?
Yes, sir. So what we do is what I have already is a price sheet set in place. So I already know what I could sell each phone for if I want to go ahead and sell it to my wholesale buyer, or I will use that price sheet itself to then know what to pay my customer. And then if I want to unlock the phone or sell it in my local market, that's my storefront, then they'll go ahead and contact me in the local market and pay me a lot more than I would if I were to sell it to a public buyer. I mean a wholesale buyer. So I'm here to talk about those two things as well. There's one thing you could source and sell your phones out to your wholesale buyer, or you could go ahead and sell them locally for a slightly higher profit margin.
Cool. So one thing that really interests me is, if you guys already know and follow me, I'm a medical commodity reseller, so is Jeff. But literally the whole time we've been out in Colombia, he's literally been getting leads, people hitting him up, messaging him, calling him, looking to sell him his phones. And from what I believe, he's actually still getting these leads, getting them picked up, and making money even while he is 1,000+ miles away. So Jeff, tell everybody how you actually have that set up, because to me that's pretty impressive that and that's what a lot of people watch my videos for, is because they want to travel, they want to spend time with their family and not just be caught up in the work mode. How do you actually have this set up? Can you explain that for us?
Yeah, so when it comes to actually scaling your business out, you could hire people, or hire people such as family members that you trust to go ahead and pick up these phones for you while you're away or wherever. So in my case, what I do is I'll run Facebook paid ads, and then what I also do is implement my really strong local marketing strategy. And from doing both those before I left, it already allows people to see my number, know I'm buying iPhones, have cash on the spot, and go ahead and contact me. So what I do is I pretty much do the logistics, right? So a customer calls me and I pretty much ask them the 3-4 questions about the phone, shoot them an offer, and then what I do is right after I say, hey, I'll call you back in a minute with a public meetup that we can meet up, whether it's a gas station, a Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, always public, never go to their homes. So I'll hang up, call my friend and say, hey, look, man, we got someone that wants to sell an iPhone 11, iPhone 10. Can you go ahead and meet up with them at the Shell's gas station at such and such corner? So my friend will go ahead and meet up with them. I'll be on the phone. I'll say, hey, look, my employee or someone is right there. He's going to meet up with you. And then they go ahead, do the transaction. My friend, before they do the transaction, my friend inspects the phone, make sure the camera works, make sure volume button works, make sure the speaker works, check the IMEI, make sure the phone is not reported stolen or whatever the case may be. You want to know exactly what you're buying. So the important thing is always check the IMEI. So I give my friend an IMEI checker, and that IMEI checker allows him to check the phone out thoroughly and then go ahead with the deal. And once he has a phone, he goes ahead and collects a few phones throughout the day. At the end of the day, we ship to the wholesale buyer since I'm not able to resell locally here, so it obviously makes more sense to do it that way. So he goes ahead and ships to them. They pay us up front, and every day he just cash outs me my cut.
So hypothetically, you could just manage this entire operation in an entirely different country and still make money while you're here. And hypothetically, if you want to stay an extra week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you could, because you have a runner and you're basically the eyes in the sky of the phone flipping operation.
Exactly like you said, I have a runner. What I'm doing is just the logistics, pretty much closing deal with the customer and planning, for where to meet up. If they can't come to us directly, then we'll meet up halfway. So that's what we do, and as long as I have him on the ground, someone I trust to do that for me, I can sustain it. And that's what it comes down to when people always talk about, scaling their business. How could they, not scaling, but automating it more. That's a perfect example of automating your business, having someone you trust, of course, and then taking it from there.
Cool. So that's what I think is super important, because you make the money, but you actually want to enjoy the money. So what I'm curious about is how much can actually be made in this business. We're going to go basic numbers, nothing crazy, like saying that the first day you start doing this, you're going to be able to buy a Lamborghini. We're going to keep the numbers realistic. Tell us, if someone were to either start with your training or without your training, if they had some sort of ideas of how, just say they had the right information, whether they got it from you or they got it from somebody else, they got it somewhere, how much could realistically be made, say, in the first 30 days doing this business?
Realistically speaking, with your limited experience, but having the knowledge, you could easily make 1,000 plus. I'm not saying 1,700. I'm saying 1,000, 1,012. But you can make the money there. As long as you're consistent, you follow step by step, you apply your marketing strategies every day. You don't just do them 2-3 times a week. It's not going to work that way. You got to be consistent. You got to be doing it every single day, and you definitely will. Because the thing is, you want to be able to build customers, people who know who you are, to refer people. So that all it takes time. Within the next a year or two, you could honestly be making 3,000 a week. That's what I make, 3,000 a week. Because I also do diabetic test strip flipping as well, and
cool.
Other things.
Now, something I'm curious about, like, he said he does the diabetic medical commodity business, which we do also. If you want to learn about that, there's a link down below to get more information and book a call. But as well as I know, Jeff, in the medical commodity reselling business, there's a lot of repeat clients. How many repeat clients do you have in this business? Are people selling you one phone and then never selling them to you again? Or how common are, repeat customers?
All the time. So listen, I happen to live in Miami, right? So we get a lot of tourism. A lot of people come out of town. They hang out, they party, and a lot of people, just drop their phones in an Uber. So my best customers are Uber drivers. They literally find phones every weekend. My phone's charging right now, but if I could screenshot it. Maybe we could put it somewhere in the video where I had a customer today. He called me again. He's like, "Hey, I have another phone for you that a customer left on the phone over the weekend." Because he had hit me up a few days back about an iPhone 11 that he had found in his car. When was it? Thursday, Friday, the day I took off. So he hit me up again today. He's like, "Hey, look, I have another phone." And I said, "Don't worry, I'm coming tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm coming tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and buy both of them off you." So that's a perfect example. He hit me up Friday. 3-4 days later, he goes in and contacts me again, and here we are. Well, 3 days later, here we are.
Cool. Because repeat clients is something that I think every business should have. That's how you actually get the freedom. People come back to you over and over and over to keep reselling you product.
Also one good thing is what I offer to all my customers. I say, "Hey, listen, I'll also give you a $40 referral fee if you shoot someone my way. Right there on the spot, whether it's through Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, however you want it. The moment you refer someone to me, I'll give you $40 because what happens is, you may not make a ton of profit because you got to, give them, $40 and it cuts into your profit. But hey, you know what? That's someone you didn't expect coming your way. So whether it's, $40, $50, $60, be grateful, take that for what it is and keep building as many people to do that. So if you do that multiple times, if you have multiple people referring to you, then come on, it's just simple. The money's there.
Cool. It definitely seems like a lucrative business. And what I think I might do to make this series that we're going to do a little bit more interesting is I actually might take Jeff's coaching program so I could literally see firsthand. I'll follow his step by step. I'll put out the ads. I'll pick up the phones and I'll sell them so that I could verify with you guys that this business is real. And it'll be able to either push you over the edge to do it if it's a good fit for you, or maybe look at some of my other videos to see a business that might be a good fit for you. So Jeff, with doing this business and the medical commodity reselling business and maybe any other experience that you have as an entrepreneur, do you think this is one of the best businesses as far as, simplicity, high profit margins? What's your experience? Try not to be biased, but, your experience, honest experience about the phone flipping business.
iPhones all the way. It's what I've been doing way before I've, started flipping diabetic test strips, and it's just I have more customers. More people have iPhones, and it's just easier for me. I live in a bigger city. As long as I place my ads, people will always call me no matter what. It is what it is. Cash for phones. People want cash. You have a phone. You can't pay your bill anymore. You're behind. You can't afford the phone. You're selling to me. Oh, you found the phone. You're an Uber driver, and you want to get rid of this phone that you try to reach out to the owner. He never got back to you because maybe he lives in another country. Then you contact people like me. So it's in itself. It's in its name, cash. People want something. They need that cash. You're not getting somebody to spend their resources. They're receiving from you. So
they can't beat it. And plus, I know the diabetic or whatever business, there's so many people with this iPhone. It's like every single person has an iPhone. Some people have Androids, but it's like apples to oranges. You can't even really compare them. So Jeff does have a mentorship program for anybody that wants to learn how he does what he does. Like I said, I'm going to take it myself so I could verify with you guys if this business is as good as I believe it is, because like I said, it's basically the same thing as the medical commodity business, but just a business that might be slightly more lucrative. So like I'm going to put your link down in the description below in case anybody wants to talk to you, but can you just highlight on some key points as far as what you offer and what's inside the mentorship you offer?
I'm going to be showing the step-by-step process on how to buy phones correctly. I'm going to be giving you an IMEI checker, and give you the routine on how you should buy a phone and to go ahead and get that phone, and teaching you ads. And I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through the entire process. I'm going to help you make your first $1,000 in 1 week. You have my word on it. As long as you follow my step-by-step process, like I've said it before, there's no reason why you shouldn't make $1,000 in your first week. And if you make more, then you made more. But I'm guaranteeing you can. Listen, I'm in Colombia, and I could screenshot all the customers who have called me today, yesterday, and since we've been here. The proof is there. I'll show the proof. I've had customers contact me non-stop. My phone has been, going off. So that right there says it all. People need cash. It's not you're not selling shoes to people who are low on money. Then you're giving something to someone back. So that's, like I always say, if you give something to someone, it's the best way to make money. Because you're helping someone now. So always people will be attracted to that and want to deal with you.
Cool. So there you guys have it. I will put Jeff's information down in the description below. He's going to be starting a channel and an Instagram page very soon, so you guys can see exactly what he does. Again, if you want to learn from him, speak to him, or ask him any questions, be sure to book a call with the link in the description below. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Jeff, for joining me on the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.